Okay, I want to do a knife review. As far as EDC knives, this is one of my favorite EDC knives, everyday carry knives. This is the Spyderco Delica 4. I know there's a million reviews already on this, but I just had to post mine. Love this knife. Great knife. Why is it so great? Very light. I think it's about 2.5 ounces. I'd have to check the specs. About 2.5 ounces. Very light. It's very thin. And again, I don't know the specs offhand. You can go check on Spyderco's website. But very light, very thin. I forget I even have it on me half the time. But it's always there in my pocket. And when I need a knife, I reach for it and it's always there. It's a decent size. It's a 3-inch blade. The blade shape is nice. Very sharp out of the box. This one I've had for, oh man, I don't know, maybe almost 2 years. And it's had quite a bit of use. And I just recently touched it up. It was getting a little dull, but I haven't gotten a nice sharpener yet. But actually, a friend of mine had some worst off kitchen knife sharpener, just a very basic little ceramic one. You just run it through, and I ran it through about 4 or 5 times, and I'll tell you, it came back real nice. It's real sharp so far. So the other thing I love about Spyderco knives is they drill and tap on 4 corners, both top and bottom, left and right, for if you want tip up carry, tip down carry, left-handed, right-handed. And I happen to be left-handed, so it's perfect. I love being able to put it on the left-hand side. I generally won't buy a knife unless I can switch the pocket clip to left-hand carry. So that's a huge plus for me. It's VG10 steel, which I'm not a huge steel guru, but so far so good. I haven't had any issues with it. Thumb hole deployment instead of a thumb stud, which I don't really care, not too big of a difference, but it's nice. Lock back design, as you can see here. You just press this. The only thing is it's not really, you can't really close it one-handed. It kind of takes 2 hands. It's a very heavy duty spring, and very strong, which is good, because you don't ever have to worry about it coming undone. Once it locks, I mean, it's solid. There's like zero play in the blade, and locks up real nice. The handle is what they call FRN, fiberglass reinforced nylon. Again, I like it a lot. It's lightweight. It's very strong. As far as texture, I'm not sure if you can see that. They call it the volcano grip. And as you can see on this side of it, it kind of is the little, I guess you call them teeth or scales, are angled this way. And on this side of the logo, they're angled this way. So you can lock your hand in up here, and back here you're not going to slide back. My one criticism about that grip, it's very good, but it's almost too sharp when you first get it. These little scales or teeth are very sharp, and I find that when it's in my pocket, and I go to reach in my pocket to put other things in there or get other things out, my hand will rub on there, and it will scrape your hand a little bit. It seems like over the time I've had this, they've kind of worn down a little bit, but I would almost, if it's an issue for you, I would say just take like a 400 or 600 grit sandpaper and just kind of lightly sand it down a little bit. But overall, very good grip. That's my only issue with that, though. Uses torque screws to hold it together, so you can take it apart and clean it if you need to. I haven't yet, but it's nice to know that you can if you want to. And you can see a little Spyderco logo. I think that's about it, but it's a great EDC knife. If somebody's looking for, even if you're not big into knives and you don't care too much, you just want a really good everyday carry knife that you can depend on, I would go Spyderco. The pocket clip is very good. As you can see, the black wears off of it a little bit, but it's very strong. Never had it come out of my pocket. As far as price, I think I paid around $50, $48 plus shipping. and you can find them for anywhere around there, but doesn't break the bank. Good price. It's worth it. Well worth the money. $50 for this knife. You know, I know you can buy cheaper knives out there that probably work just as good, but I feel it's definitely worth the $50 for this knife. Overall, great knife. Oh, and I'll also show you. I got this one too about a year ago or so. They came out with, if you see on this one, they call it saber ground, so you can see the grinding starts about third way up the blade, which leaves it very thick. The rest of the blade that's not ground is very thick, so that's nice, very strong. But they came out with a special run or edition, full flat ground versions. So as you can see, this one's ground all the way up the side of the blade on both sides, so that makes it a little bit thinner. I don't know if you can tell the difference, but I don't think it makes it any less strong. But if that is a concern to you, this one is a little bit thicker of a blade. But I like the full flat ground, is nice also. Just as sharp. I haven't used this one quite as much as that one, the black one there. But the other thing is the full flat ground ones come in a bunch of different, I don't know if they're special edition or limited edition colors, but I really like this brown, so I had to pick this one up. And I think it comes in like a blue and a purple and a green, but they're kind of like pastel colors. I didn't really care for them, but I really like this brown color. But yeah, that's how much I like this knife. I had to get a second one. So, very good knife. So yeah, so if you're looking for an affordable, durable, everyday carry blade, you really can't go wrong with the Delica 4. If you want something a little bit bigger, Spyderco makes the Endura, which is essentially the same knife, but a 3.5-inch blade. So it's going to be a little bit longer, and again, you can check the website for specs, but a little bit bigger, but still the same thickness, and probably not much heavier. So, alright, thanks.